Welcome to the recap. I'm Matt, and these are the biggest stories that had the community buzzing this week. So let's kick off the recap right. Star Wars news. We've got some new Star Wars news about a character that are coming from the pages of the book straight to the big screen, and that is Moff Delenn Moores. Now, if you're not really sure who that is, that's because she's a brand new character in the canonical literature of Star Wars, and she's the first LGBT character ever created in the Star Wars universe. So that's kind of groundbreaking in what they're doing there. Well, she's also rumored to be in a future movie, and we're thinking it has to do with Rogue One, and all signs kind of point to that being true. And they're also saying that maybe she could be the Phil Coulson of the Star Wars universe, in that she could also be a part of the spin-off TV show series that they're also working on creating for Star Wars. So a brand new character, LGBT character, Delenn Moores, really going to be a groundbreaking character in the Star Wars franchise, and I can't wait to see what she's going to do. Alright, now for our next piece of Star Wars news, let's talk about Rogue One and the recent rumor that came out that Ben Mendelsohn is looking to play a part in this movie. Now, if you're not sure who that is, you might remember him from such movies like Exodus, Gods and Kings. You've also got Killing Them Softly, and he was also in The Dark Knight Rises. That's the one I actually kind of recognized him in. So he's looking to play a role in Rogue One, which is going to be kind of cool because he's a really good actor, and he's actually playing in a Netflix show called Bloodline right now. You should check him out and really get familiar with him because we're pretty sure he's going to be in Rogue One. All right. I won't overload you with Star Wars anymore. Let's move on to a different subject, and that is we finally got our first look at Lex Luthor. That's right, Jesse Eisenberg is playing Lex Luthor in the new DC series of Superman and Batman and everything else. He was even rumored to be in Suicide Squad. So we've got our first look at Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor, and it's kind of interesting because, you know, the casting of him as being Lex Luthor was also already kind of interesting because, I mean, you don't look at him and think, oh, that's Lex Luthor right there. We've got our certain, I don't know, je ne sais quoi, you know, reputation to uphold, and you've got Jesse Eisenberg playing Lex Luthor, but we've got this picture of him, and it doesn't look bad. It actually looks kind of cool, and what's interesting is it shows him in prison wardrobe, or at least that's what I saw whenever I saw this picture. He looks like he's right in prison on his way over to the food court, so it's kind of interesting to see, and it really makes you really ready for the movie to come out, just to get some sort of glimpse into what this guy's going to look like. But unfortunately, we still have to wait a long time for a DC movie to come out. Just do it. Just release it, please. For the love of all that is holy, release a DC movie. I'm tired of fighting Jason on this. All right, well, let's move on to Steven Spielberg news. That's right, Steven Spielberg. You can't help but smile when you hear his name because he's such an amazing director. Well, now we've got a new movie of his coming out, or he's actually going to be helming it, is Ready Player One. That's based off of the popular book by Ernest Cline, where a teenager in the future, 2044, is actually, you know, it's such a wasteland of a world that he doesn't enjoy that he goes over to virtual reality to a place called Oasis, where you got to go around and basically try and find the clues and win the game, and when you win the game you get a huge reward. Well, when he finds the first clue, he ultimately starts, you know, being attacked by other users. So it's kind of a version of Tron meets, you know, the future and all kinds of other crazy stuff that happens. So Steven Spielberg will be directing this movie. It's going to be a little bit wild though, because he's got a movie, he's doing a World War II movie, he's doing it with Tom Hanks right now, then he's got BFG, but it's still going to be really cool to have Steven Spielberg do this movie. I mean, yeah, you could think of somebody else that could also do it, but man, I don't know, Steven Spielberg, that holds a good place in my heart. So, I don't know. To me, it's got every quality of being a great movie, and I'm pretty excited for it. All right, so let's move on to video games. Now, it's kind of a light day when it comes to video games this week, but the news that we bring is actually quite big, as the new Slender Man, or Slender video game, is the new trailer came out, and it's already out on PS4 and Xbox One, but we could not help but show you this trailer. Check it out. God, that is creepy. That, I mean, I seriously thought something was going to be outside the window. Jason and I were watching it, and we both were fooled and freaking freaked out whenever we saw it in the corner. But what's really cool about this one is it's actually a newly released version, as far as they're revamping the graphics and everything else. It's same like the old version that they had come out on PC a few years ago. But this time, they've got better graphics, better mechanics, and better everything on the next-gen consoles on PS4 and on Xbox One. Now, something else that they've added is that they've added a little soundtrack that you can hear while you're running through the forest, and you can record it, upload it over to YouTube, and send it to contests@blueislestudios.com, and you could potentially win some sort of prize, whether it be a t-shirt, whatever, something has to do with Slender, I'm sure, and it's gonna still be super creepy on your shirt or on your mug. I don't care. It's really creepy. Slender Man is horrible. But you can actually get it now on digital for $9.99, or PS Plus users can get it for a lot less on $6.99. So that's it for the recap. I'm Matt. Check out our other Powered by Cinelink shows like the Father Gamer Podcast. We've got our trailer breakdowns, and we even have SCNS Live. I mean, that's a pretty good show if I say so myself. And don't forget, for all your news, reviews, editorials, and more, keep it on Cinelinks.com.